Hello and welcome to another episode of What Do You Call It podcast. I'm your host, GB. I hope you're all having a great week so far. It's only Tuesday. I am. Podcast numbers are going up. So I can't thank the listeners out there, especially Canada, charted there. So I'm pretty happy, mate. But we're not here to talk about myself. We're actually here to talk about today's guest. Today's guest is the founder of CHOPPS Cards. Please give it up for Mario. How you doing today, mate? You all good?
I'm good. One quick story. My wife told me that I will be way more attractive if I learn British accent. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But it's kind of hard to learn the British accent, to be quite honest, because I'm Canadian. And I'm like, okay, I'm listening to British, and like it's gonna take a year or two to master.
Certain things we say, mate, as well. So, like, especially mate, I think we just said that 3 times. But we're not as posh as everyone thinks we are outside of the UK. So, just something for you to know. But
But yeah, I'm good. Basically, my name is Mario Duval. I'm the owner of Chop Card and Print on Demand.
mhm,
To start, early in August, September, I told my wife that I wanted to collect trading cards. So I went to the dollar store and buy a cheap pack of Pokemon cards and hockey
mhm,
cards. And she told me, don't buy the shit because people already open the pack, they pick the good card and resell it to the dollar
yeah,
store. So I say, well, what I should collect? And she told me, you like wrestling. There's a lot of wrestling cards that you can purchase. So
mhm,
we started to buy at the Tops Heritage 2021 at the time because people were gonna listen to this podcast. Now WWE is with Panini, but at the time they were with Tops for a long time,
yeah,
and I've noticed that always picking up the same wrestlers. And also in other packs, they put the same picture for another set. I told my wife, no, I don't want to buy this
yeah.
crap that's still worth one
There's
dollar.
only so many John Cena's that you can have in your possession.
Yeah, exactly. John Cena, Roman Reigns, and sometimes other wrestlers that they've been released like a year or 6 months after. I'm like, okay, fine.
Mhm,
So I told my wife I'm gonna create my own set of wrestling cards. She told me, yeah, right. So I'm a huge fan of indie wrestling. I've been watching wrestling since I'm 8 years old. So
yeah,
during the time, I knew a couple of guys in the area, but still follow a lot of people on Instagram, Facebook. So I just DM them, told them that I want to create a set of indie wrestling card.
mhm,
Some people never answer me. Some people told me they were interested, but never give a follow up. And
yeah,
then in November, I've created the first ever indie wrestling trading card set. There's a lot of indie wrestling card, but only the wrestler. But a
yeah,
full set with only wrestler all around the world. I'm the first one who made it, and it was last year in March.
mhm,
And the sales are good, but there's still a lot of back. And then now we are
mm,
releasing the series 2 in April. We are really
yeah.
excited.
WrestleMania time
Uh,
as well.
I've learned my lesson the year prior because to negotiate deal with wrestler, it takes time, way more than I thought.
Yeah.
So I
I can
started.
actually relate to you, by the way, on that, because as a podcaster where I'm UK based, just I've experienced what you kind of had to experience where a lot of wrestlers, I mean, each to their own. I don't, we're all busy. So some reply, some don't reply, some do reply, but they don't follow up on it. So I can understand the struggles with what, you may have had to go through with contacting wrestlers, getting them on board with this idea.
Yeah, exactly. So I started in July last year,
Hmm.
and it was not going as fast as I want. So during November, December, I decided to make a huge sprint. I said, "Hey guys, it's time now. This is what I offer you." So I made a bigger offer,
Hmm.
and now we are. The first set is 27 wrestler, only one legend, Gangrel. Now
Yeah.
it's 34 or 35, and we are with 6 former WWE, WCW, and ECW wrestlers
Hmm.
in total. So that's not the same.
If you could tell the
Uh,
listeners, by the way, like who are those wrestlers that you've just met? The one, the ex WWE, ECW, and WCW. Just see if they're
the
familiar with them.
the the ex ECW is CW Anderson.
Nice.
WCW is Mr. Wonderful Paul Ornoff.
Rest in peace.
WWE Gangrel is still here. We
Yeah.
have Rodney Mack. We have Robbie McAllister, but not Rory. We don't have the full Islander.
Yeah.
And we have also All Snow.
Great guy, by the way. I met him at a Comic-Con, and it couldn't have been any nicer. Very lovely.
Yeah, he's really a nice guy. And I think that's all. I think there's another one, but I can't remember exactly. And we want someone in Impact Wrestling, and we signed Matthew Grant, who was in Impact Wrestling during a match against Josh Alexander and Adam Page when they were forming the North. So technically, we have it. That's a good thing. And there's a lot of indie wrestlers right now that they are on the verge to be on major promotion. Last year, we signed a lot of people in my area, the Quebec province. That's fine. I mean, that's a really good support for the local scene.
Jeremy Prophet being one of them.
The name, Jeremy Prophet and his partner, Carl Jepson, for the Black Quebecois. We have also Melanie Havoc. She is the IWS champion. Sexy Eddie, that he is a legend. He started early 2000. He's been on CZW Tournament of Death in 2004. And there's a lot of wrestlers that they are in the local area. And we signed a few of them in the US and UK. One thing that I've noticed that the Europe market is really hard to reach. That is not the same that the US market, and so especially Germany and Italy, that's not the same. How you have to negotiate and the popularity of wrestling instead of football there.
Yeah, I was going to say I can't really explain why that it would be different. Why it wouldn't sell as well in Europe. I mean, Europe do love like the wrestling, but didn't really realize that the market would be so different. But you know, obviously, I've just learned that from you. But that's pretty interesting to know. I mean, you've also had from Iceland, someone I've had on the show, Regina Rosendale. She's really cool. Vicky Two Thumbs. See, you've got her as well from the UK, and Vinny Pacifico. That's it.
Yeah, Pacifico. Yeah,
that's the one. Yeah, I had him on pretty early on when I was doing podcasting actually, but. Now you got like some top talent as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have top talents that they are in US and a couple of guys. They've been in AEW. They've been in WWE a couple of times, and in the UK. I thought for a long time that NXT UK will be there for longer than it actually is. And I thought we could have a couple of wrestlers who've been getting there. But at the time, at the end of the day, the broadcast wrestling is the place to go for the indie scene. And in Germany, is the XWX, I think. So it's the two places to be if you want to get noticed in the indie scene. Like at the time, the Ring of Honor was the place to be if you want to sign with major promotion later. But no, it's not the same. So yeah, we are really excited. We are not behind, but we are not ahead of our schedule. So we are finishing the last design. We have a couple that we want to make. So the first set was 10,000 pack of 5 card, and this set will be 200 million pack of 5 card that will be printed.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah, really. We want to make a major set. So the difference between the first and this one we have a lot of color variation, metallic card. We are gonna make a test print for holo card. I think we're gonna make it possible. And a few wrestlers, we have a certified autograph. So that means we are going to send the card, they're going to sign them and ship it back to us. And when we'll be ready.
I saw that on the website. And actually, like the wrestlers themselves are actually signing specific cards, special cards. Not going to be in all packs, but I think you have to buy them separately, which is pretty cool though for any fan, especially if you're a diehard fan of this talent.
Yeah, because we have a digital autograph right now. So they send me their autograph, we put it on the card, but the certified signature is different because we're gonna certify it. Yes, the wrestlers sign it. We have a picture, so we can certify it. And this time it's gonna be really different because the first set was a try, and I feel when people ask me, What do you think about this first album? I always think it's like the first album of Nickelback. No one gives a fuck. So and
Poor Nickelback, man.
yeah, but at the same time, there's a lot of musician or band that their first album nobody knows about it,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
they
But that
know
one
it,
hit,
but
that one hit though.
this one will get on notice, and our goal is to be on target in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And we said it earlier, but we are gonna say it now, and of course we're gonna make the announcement. So during the sale of the Series 2, we are gonna how can I say that? We're gonna give a pair of tickets for WrestleMania to a lucky winner. So we're
Nice.
gonna make but this pair of tickets will be applicable for a period of 5 years. So, example, we have still the COVID. You have time, or if you're not satisfied with the card or the ticket are also, you have time to get your ticket, reclaim your ticket,
That's
and
pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
yeah. So we make sure that you can, example, you schedule your weekend. And
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the last pack, we're going to make another pair of tickets for a lucky winner and for our partner program that we are announced. So people, if you want to earn money with us or get free trading card, a pack of card or your own trading card, become a partner program, it's now possible with us.
That's pretty cool. I'm even myself as a host. I mean, I've got to be professional, but as a fan, I'm quite interested now. I think I might have to the next few days make some purchases. But I think the listeners out there as well. I think and not just this WrestleMania, but if you can't make it, but also the cards themselves are pretty cool. And even on the website, which I'll promote at the end of the show, you actually have like a variety of different card types, including color and trade cards, making your own card box, sports. General sports, a lot of American teams. I know, like they go crazy for that in America. And what we've been talking about as well, wrestling. Wrestling cards, which is predominantly the main theme as well, which is what got me interested in having you on. But no, that is all pretty cool as well.
Yeah, honestly, when we started, we thought that we focus only on wrestling card and our print on demand, and then during the year we noticed that if you are making a different trading card or a different kind of set, we pivot to something really different. And as a trading card company, I think it's important to make to enlarge your palette of product. So we decided to make the color trading card. We tested, and what's really funny that when you color on it, you just have to wipe it and you can restart again. So the color is not staying on the card. So that's really interesting.
Oh wow! Yeah, I didn't notice that. That's pretty cool, especially like for kids as well. Just
exactly
going over the lines. And I mean, I think adults they probably get fucked off with that as well.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of things that we want to do. We have a set of cards for kids who are sick, who have disease. So we finish it. I think in May, June we're gonna release it. And this one you can earn a trip to Disney World. So we have the Rio de Janeiro trip for a drag queen set. This one is WrestleMania. We have Disney World. And we have the other one will be a commemoration of the Second World War. You can earn a trip at the France, Normandy, or the Pearl Harbor historic place.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that we offer, and
This sounds like you're just growing and just busy and just so many opportunities. Not just to collect cards, really cool cards, by the way, but just to be rewarded in a way for buying your cards. That's just pretty, especially early on in the company. That is pretty unique.
Yeah, it's really unique because most of the trading card company, they I always make a comparison to Tops. That's why we name our company. So we really fuck you to Tops. And when you go to their website, they offer you to print your own trading card, but with their own design, you can make your own. And we offer that possibility with our print on demand. And now we are transitioning to a new distributor. So we have our offer 100 card for $145. But we make it possible to a 250 card, but only one design with a better price. and we can do pretty much everything.
Yeah.
We're doing wrestling, we can do sports, podcasts, we can do movies. We just did small movies for a
Yeah.
Canadian production company. So there's nothing we can do. Of course, there's something strange that happened to me really early. Someone asked me, "Can you do me a true crime trading card set?" I'm like, "Dude, I know how to make it, but I'm not sure it's something that I really want to make because it's going over, I guess, my own value.
Yeah.
So what I can do is teach you how to make it, but I'm gonna charge you a lot of money for that because you have to sign a DNA to not release where I order my card." So they said, "Okay, fine, thank you."
Yeah, cheers, bye.
Yeah. So I was like, "Okay, that's fine."
Yeah.
I mean, so that's pretty much what's going on. And a lot of guys there, when I contact, "Hey, for a print on demand," they say, "I'm broke." Yeah, but we have a partner program, so you can get your own card for free. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
I like as well that he actually kind of slips in the origin of Chops. I was kind of curious, like obviously with Tops and being similar, but I didn't basically realize it was named as a fuck you to Tops. I love that, by the way. I mean, no, nothing personal to Chops, to Tops, sorry, but I think it's funny. It's you stand by what you sell, and they've inspired you to want to produce a better product because it's at the beginning that you just had enough of collecting the cards, getting the same cards, and not getting your money's worth.
Yeah, exactly. That's something that and one thing that I've noticed because I'm a lot of Facebook group that people collect card, and one thing that I've noticed a lot is for the baseball card they have worn jersey, but it's like in baseball when they're doing that is because the players is trying like 50 jersey during a practice, so they
Yeah.
cut it so they're like, okay, fine, that's what they're talking about, and I've noticed that that's something that I never talk about right now. But what I was afraid with between Tops and Panini is that Panini use the same design that you use for soccer or basketball, and they use it for wrestling. And they did exactly that. I'm like, okay, so you're paying to double the price for Tops to
Yep.
get the same kind of card with the same design that you're
Same
doing for the
template,
basketball.
but just different sport.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like wrestling is art. So doing wrestling card like it's an art card, people will be way more interested.
Hmm.
So one thing that we want to do and we're gonna still do is not making the same design for our next trading card set.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a side joke. We're gonna put only one card with the design of the series one on this design, but it's gonna call "Oops, I Did It Again." So it's the inside joke that I did with wrestling trading cards that use the same
Yeah,
design
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
just a
No, that's
different
clever.
set.
I like it.
Yeah,
Got time.
and some people ask me, "Are you gonna make a series three?" I'm like, honestly, with the series two and series one, it was a lot of work, a lot of stress, and I know what to expect for the series three. But what I want to do is when this card will be all sold, I'm gonna pay myself a trip to WrestleMania in Florida just to take a break. But I'm gonna wait one full year. So
Yeah.
with the money I'm gonna make, I'm gonna call a couple of contacts, say, "Hey, can you be a scout for me and tell me who's the next big thing
Yeah.
in the wrestling? I want to deal with them before they go to major
What
wrestling."
I'd like for the listeners as well, if they can
Yeah.
reach out to you on your social media and recommend some upcoming talent that they think have the potential to be stars that will appear on TV in the next few years and make themselves well known and established, just reach out to Mario at Chops Cards. I'll put his details in the description.
Yeah. And people still ask me, "Hey, is there still place for this set of cards?" No, no, because I don't want to make a 60 wrestler trading
Yeah,
card set.
yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
possible because the WWF like 110 wrestlers like in this set. I'm like, that's really a lot. But yeah, that's not what I want. I can make a next to a shorter set that will be included,
Yeah, yeah,
but I
like
don't
six or
think
seven, but you won't be doing like a whole roster of people.
yeah. And that's a big roster that we actually have because we have a single wrestler, but the same wrestler are in tag teams. So that's another card that's really interesting.
Hmm.
And that's something wrestling. I love it since I'm 8 years old, and
Yeah,
I'm really happy to do it because into the wrestling world. I know more about wrestling than I thought I knew. And when I'm contacting guys, and I know more about this and this, how to negotiate. But the other thing that now that I like less is keep posting on social media. It's not because I got negative comments, because just it's really overwhelming and it's really stressful to keep to be constant. And
It's
a lot
hard,
of
but you've
things.
just got to do it to keep up the
Yeah,
appearances, to keep
exactly.
yourself
So we
active
are
online.
really to make a transition to a more evergreen platform.
Mm-hmm.
So using YouTube to another format, and also with blog posts, and using Pinterest for more family product that we want to make. So
Yeah.
like this, over time, it will be way more useful. And we are contacting a lot of blogger, content creator. Hey, we have a partner program that could be really interesting, not for a sponsorship, but more if you want to earn money with this video. And we want to add up the content creator program that's really different.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of guys that are doing YouTube video that they open pack of cards. So we
Yeah,
want to
like sort
reach
of
them.
live reactions of them doing it. Yeah, and just seeing, you know, who they
Exactly.
get and
So it's a niche that we want to exploit. So like this, we're gonna get more exposure, but in a way that we don't have to post over and over again.
yeah, exactly, man. Everyone kind of comes out of it a bit better. You know what I mean? With what you
Yeah.
said.
And I'm listening a lot of podcasts. They told me, yeah, but you have to use storytelling for your marketing strategy, and there's a lot of things to learn. And I'm like, okay, I'm an entrepreneur. There's a lot of things that I know. There's a lot of things that I need to know, but I don't want to use them all and just get. I don't know where to start. I need to have a clear plan for the next 3-5 years, so that we're able to make sales on this one and find the right audience to so having this partner program is the right thing to do. Of course, the margin are a little bit less, but it's more interesting because what I've noticed with the most popular is the Amazon affiliate program. They pay you peanuts for your affiliate link. So we decide, okay, we want to be generous, but we want to still get a win-win situation for
Yeah,
both parties.
that's it, mate. Yeah, I completely understand that, and I think as you grow as well, it will happen, and then you can get that trip to WrestleMania yourself, you know, in a year's time. But no, that's it's. I like the growth that you got at the moment. I've got what you sell. I like it as well. I think it's all good. The presentation that you have, and you know, which as we are coming sort of near to the ends, I think once the listeners, if they haven't come across Chopped Cards, I think when they go to the website and they see your social media, they'll be able to have a look in more detail, like just how the themes that you have to individual wrestlers. It's not just the same generic, like we said about Piani and Chops, not Chops. But it's pretty good. But Mario, is there anything else that you want to say or anything you'd like to promote? I know you promote quite a lot already in this chat, but is there anything you want to like sort of last messages that you'd like to?
Yeah, but you haven't asked me the question with
What's
the
that one?
three people I invite for a party.
Oh, mate, I haven't actually asked that for a while, to be honest. Yeah, mate, I'm more than happy to ask you that one. Sorry, my man. Yeah, I'll ask that. So I haven't actually, surprisingly, I've not asked that for a while, and I don't know why. I just think I kind of just forgot one point in the last few episodes. I just haven't asked it. But Mario, I'm going to ask you that question. You can pick 3 dream dinner guests for your dream party. You're the host, dead or alive, past or present. It could be anyone. Doesn't have to be wrestling. Anyone you want to pick their brains while you're eating, having a meal. Who'd you pick and why?
My first, excuse me, my first choice will be Tina Fey. She's really funny to air, and she's
Tina Fey. I like it.
Tina Fey. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
seriously, I'm a huge fan of Tina Fey for a long time, and people are just underestimate her. She can really be funny for just a basic theme, and she's like, yeah, you can really make me laugh about anything. And the second one will be Nora Jones, because if I want to invite someone to a party, I want a woman who knows how to play a piano.
Okay. These are the 2 people I've never ever had said or suggested. Keep it coming. If you can do a hat trick, I'll be really happy with this. Yeah, go for it. Who's gonna be number 3?
The number three, yeah, and number three, I will go into the wrestling. I think it will be Diona Perezo. I think there's a lot of thing I could learn from her about
Mhm.
how she decided to be the main eventer of Impact Wrestling, and she decided to. She's been on WWE and she was used really well, and now
Yeah, in
she's
Impact she's been brilliant. I think WWE she wasn't
ah
really
yeah
given a proper chance, but in Impact she's been really, really good. Made me a
ah
fan.
yeah
Like, I just didn't really know what the hype was, and then I saw her in Impact. I was like, okay, she's pretty fucking good.
yeah. It's during our ring, and a lot of people knows that, but a lot of people don't.
Hmm.
Yeah, I grew up with the Attitude Era. Was more a WCW guy, but for I call it the three major promotion. Impact Wrestling is still my favorite.
Yeah,
Since Kurt Angle joined Impact in 2006, I think took off the 2010 period with Hulk Hogan.
yeah.
Impact
The less said
was
about it, the better.
yeah. Impact was always delivering a great show. And
Mhm.
one thing they need to do is make a one night only with the six-sided ring. Bring back
Yeah,
the
so I do
six-sided
miss the
ring.
six-sided ring a little bit, but apparently, like for the actual talent, like the wrestlers, it was actually a lot worse in their bodies, from what I've heard in a few interviews. But I think that's one of the reasons they got rid of it. Plus, Hogan and Bischoff were like, no, we're not having this. But it did make TNA stand out and separate them from WWE when they did have the six sides, and I thought it was fucking awesome. But at the same time, I mean, if you're an actual wrestler, it's probably a blessing that they got rid of it. But one night though,
Serious.
for one night, I think
But
it'd be cool.
one thing that Impact Wrestling AEW is following it, but way less than the last year or so. But
Yeah,
Impact Wrestling allows you to go to a major indie wrestling promotion, and
yeah.
it's way easier to get see them somewhere else that with AEW or even WWE because they open the door, but for like five wrestlers.
Yeah, they're a bit more strict now, AW, with who they let to do certain companies and shows, and I think they have like sort of favoritism. Unless it's this company, it's going to be a no. And I noticed they don't let them sort of travel as well, um, unless it's like certain talent. Like I can't think off the top of my head, but I've seen what's happened in the last few years. But Impact's so flexible. I've got a great relationship with Impact as it is, and I just can't speak higher of them. And I think they had that period when just no one knew what the hell was going on with the company who ran it and people were leaving. But the fact that they've now recreated themselves, they've rebranded, just good wrestling, consistently good wrestling. Time flies by when you're watching Impact now, and I just think they're just more consistent and just overall, it's just better produced wrestling. And I'm really happy for this success with the zone and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Because they have the good mix of the two. They are putting storyline. They have
Yeah.
mic time, but
Hmm.
they are focused on wrestling, and
Yeah.
this is exactly what I like.
Yeah.
And AEW has a great wrestling product related, and but you see clearly the indie influence, and for the mainstream, it's not exactly. You have the audience for that,
Yeah.
but when you see it on the mainstream, it's not the same thing that if you see it for a smaller group of person, how the crowd is reacting,
Yeah.
and yeah,
They have the diehards, but I think it just doesn't. I don't think AW appeals to everyone, especially with like someone like the matches like John Moxley. I mean, I don't mind a hardcore match. I'm not against blood at all. Grew up in the Attitude Era for fuck's sake, but I don't want to see blood every week. It just
yeah,
values it when it happens. Great, like if it's a hard hitting match that this feud has been building for 3 months. Okay, fine, but I don't need to see it when you're wrestling like evil Uno. No, that's evil Uno. I think it's a cool guy.
no, no.
You get what I'm saying though, but that's just me moaning and ranting away. But yeah, thumbs up to Impact though. That's what I'll say on that one.
And now there's a really huge debate actually that happened that we're gonna see. It was really predictable, but we're gonna see Sammy and Kevin's for the against the Usos. And like 1 week before, we're saying that Bianca Belair against no or Charlotte Flair against Real Ripley will main event WrestleMania Night One, and now the fans wants the tag team championship for the main event of WrestleMania Night
It
One.
should be it
It's
should
not
be the tag team, in my opinion. I'm actually with the fans as well. I think, especially with the Sammy, Owens, Usos, and the Bloodline in general, it's been going on for months. I mean, like what, 6, 7 months at least. with Sammy's involvement. And no disrespect to Charlotte and Rhea, I just don't think that's as hot as a feud. I don't think it's been built amazingly. We've already seen them wrestle a few times. I mean, they actually had a match during the pandemic, WrestleMania, and then like they would actually feud the year later. But I understand why they want to do it. You know, they want to have one women's main event and then one men's main event. And I'm not necessarily
Yeah,
against women's main eventing. It's just the fact that the tag team match is a bigger angle and it's going to draw more interest and a better fan reaction.
and that's exactly what people are saying, and they're not saying because they're women. They're
Yeah.
saying because the feud is built up for a month and month, and now we're getting the climax
Yeah, we're
of
finally
the
getting the
feud.
payoff. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
exactly, and that's the debate. It's not even about the fact that
Nah.
men versus women debate. It's just, yeah, we know that we want the Royal Rumble. We know who she's gonna face, but
Yep.
the way they build up that match is like they're not even the rest. They already know who's gonna win.
But
They're
at the
like,
same
yeah,
time, she did win the Royal Rumble. I'm kind of interested either way, because I think Rhea Charlotte is going to be a really good match. I mean, the last few matches they have had have always been good, but the roles are now reversed. Charlotte's the babyface and Rhea's the heel, and I just think the match. I think Rhea, since joining Judgment Day, has been incredible. Just on the hot streak, they've protected her really well. I think she's probably one of the best female performers in all of wrestling right now. And Charlotte, I mean, when she's motivated, because I think last year or so she kind of dipped in a bit of quality in matches, but with the right opponent and she's motivated, she's probably one of the best in the world as well. So it'll be good either way.
as much as I love the Diona Peruso, I think, no, I believe that Charlotte Flair is the best female wrestlers for the last 10 years, and she's the best wrestler for the next 10 years. Charlotte Flair is someone else really out of the breach, actually. Not about the title reign that she has. I'm really sick that she's always on the title picture, but as a wrestler, she's the best.
Some of her matches, like just when she gets going, like some of the matches she'd have with like Becky Lynch and Sasha and even Rhea, who we've just
Yeah.
mentioned, like were just incredible. And I think she kind of brought that with her when she came up to the main roster, that women can actually have better matches than men on WWE pay-per-views, and that's what she was doing. And she is one of the best female performers, and just best performers in general. I just think the last year or so, I can't remember the last truly great Charlotte Flair match I've seen, but she has been on and off as well with injuries and time off and that sort of thing. But she's woo.
And right now, the Asuka and Bailey, when I saw Asuka winning at the Elimination Chamber, I'm like, okay, she's really a dangerous. She's a weapon as just herself. She becomes someone else. The character and the way she wrestle right now, that's really another wrestler that I'm seeing right now. And they did the right thing to bring her back like she is right now, because she's having fun to destroy people.
Definitely, man. Mario, I'm gonna wrap this up, but it's been great chatting to you about Chops Cards. Series 2 coming out, WrestleMania, and sort of what's been going on as well, and a bit about you as well and why you started Chop Cards. I love that, by the way, as a massive FU to Tops Cards. But Mario, where can the listeners find you on social media, if you do have that, or if you just want to plug Chops Cards social media?
Yeah, of course. We have our Instagram at Chops Card. You can find us on Facebook at Chops Card and Print on Demand. Twitter, of course. And we have our own YouTube channel. We need to update it and make some major change.
I haven't looked at that one, mate, but you do realize once I upload this, I'm going to have a look myself. But listeners, if you can avoid the YouTube channel then, but now you've said it, they're going to look into it now.
Yeah, you're able to see exactly what we're producing and our design. So if you're interested. And something different, just before you finish, something different that we are doing is when you're buying packs at the store, we don't know what to expect, but we decide to make something different, that we guarantee one card of your favorite wrestler, or you can make your own pack. Yeah, of course, you're paying extra fees, but you can say, I want these 5 wrestlers. You got this 5 wrestler in your pack.
Yeah.
So that's it. Awesome. Thank you very much for the interview. I really appreciate it. It was really fun. That's something that I like about this campaign. It's talk with people about the patient, but also to be able to express myself about the art and the fact that that's really a nice side hustle. And after 1 year, I'm still having as much fun as I had at the beginning.
I can tell you're having fun, Mario. I can absolutely tell. And I can tell you enjoy what you're doing and you're looking forward to the future, but you're also enjoying the present and you are having fun with it. And that's the main thing. When it stops being fun, it's why do it? Why do it? But I'm glad that you're having success. I'm going to have a look and keep an eye out as well. I might try and get some cards myself just so I can enter the contest as well. But Mario, thanks for coming on. It's been a pleasure having you on, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. For the listeners out there, if you can like this video, if you can like this, if you can download this audio and subscribe to me on Spotify, you can find me there. My details in the description below. That'd be awesome. If you can follow Chops Cards as well, I'll put the details in the description below in case you missed it earlier. If you can keep up to date with me on my Twitter, you'll see who I've got lined up next month, as I won't be doing as many episodes now because it's going to be quite busy, WrestleMania period, and actually in my life, going to be quite busy. Nothing bad, but just, all good. But for now, everyone, I hope you all have a great week. Take care. Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
I am the ultimate finesser, your girl's favorite wrestler, Bullet Club Zone and Impact Wrestling's one half of the World Tag Team Champions, Chris Bay, and you are on What Do You Call It podcast. Listen up right now.
You heard also too sweet.